The New York Rangers, here we go, make a trade with the Jackets. Why can't
Columbus
I remember?
Blue Jackets.
Thank you. I knew Blue Jackets was part of it. With the Columbus Blue Jackets to trade Rick Nash to the Rangers for 3 players, forwards Brandon Dubinsky, Adrian Arizimov, along with defenseman Tim Erickson and a first-round
his name is
draft.
Armisinov or something like that.
Armisinov? I tried. The defenseman Tim Erickson and a first-round pick in 2013. And Storms writes, what was the Jackets thinking? Now, Storms, I know we're both Devil fans, but I have to say that I actually like the trade for the fact that when you watched the Rangers last year in that playoff run, when they lost to the Devils, they were missing a piece. Something was missing from that team. Richards was playing really well. Lundqvist was playing out of his mind for the most part, but they were still missing something. They
needed an extra goal scorer because Richards didn't step up. Gaborik didn't step up in the playoffs. They were winning every game 2-1 or 3-2. You can't do that. And it's very shocking that the Rangers made it as far as they did with the way that they were playing hockey, considering their offense was just non-existent. But this Rick Nash deal really does help out the Rangers out more because Gaborik's not even starting the regular season for them. Gaborik just got surgery done.
Oh, okay, so Nash can fill right in for that.
Nash fills right in, and they're hoping that actually Richards and Nash are going to be really good line mates together.
Well, if you're a Rangers fan, let's hope so. I mean, I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Devils fan, so I obviously do not root for the Rangers. But at the same time, let's be honest, the market of all markets is this New York, New Jersey, tri-state area. I mean, obviously, it's all centered around New York. But
Storms writes in our chat room that the Rangers look like they got a steal, which makes them nervous. I don't think the Rangers got a steal. They gave off, some pretty decent prospects. I understand 2 of the players are NHL-bound players, so they're 2 pretty good players. But what was huge for the Rangers was the simple fact that they didn't give up any of their young nucleus with like Hagelin, Kreider. Like anybody like that.
They didn't give up guys that helped lead them to where they got to this year.
They didn't give up any of those guys, which was huge. And the reason that Nash didn't even get traded back in February or whenever it was to the Rangers was because they wanted Kreider.
And then
the Rangers
said,
were like, no, we like Kreider.
Which you can't blame him for. The kid played really well for him last year. And to be honest with you, you look at this Rangers team, and there's nothing saying that they can't pretty much do exactly what they did last year again. I obviously hope that the Devils can do the same thing, preferably win the Stanley Cup this year. But, there's nothing saying that this Rangers team does not have the potential to get exactly to where they got to this year and farther. Lundqvist is a consistent goalie. He has been now for over 3 years. This kid steps up and he plays good goaltending. So as long as you have that, anything is possible. You just got to get the puck in the net once or twice. I think that Nash can really have an impact on this team offensively. I don't know much about his defensive skills. But I know offensively, he's a guy that can definitely control a puck and get other people involved as well as himself.
Good. I believe he's had 7 years in a row or 7 years in his career where he's put up 30 goals or more, and 2 out of those 7 years were over 40 goals. So Rangers have a lot of firepower, but just because you're a paper champion doesn't mean squat.
Well,
come out there and play some hockey.
I just wrote this question into the chat room, and it also goes out to anybody out there listening in the app world. If you want to call in and talk about this, 201-430-2119. But is Nash the difference maker for this Rangers team? Is he the guy that's going to give them the ability to take the next step and get to the Stanley Cup this year?
They're hoping.
A lot of people, the article I read last night on this trade compared Nash to the Dwight Howard of the NHL. That's what they made him. Did not want to play for the Blue Jackets. Did not want to stay there. So what did he want to do? He wanted to get traded to specific teams. But as Joey pointed out for me, at least he gave them a list of options. He didn't just stick them with, I want to be a Ranger and that's it. hence Dwight Howard.
Well, and also the Howard situation is a little different too because it's not like the Magic were last place for the last 3-4 years. Columbus Blue Jackets suck.
He's not. Yeah, he wants to get off of a bad team. Jeremy doesn't think Nash is the difference maker in making the next step for the Rangers. I don't know. I don't think he is either. I think you need a little more depth than just one player. Some defense would have helped them. But I do think that when you watch them lose to the Devils, what you saw was a more aggressive, and I don't know if faster is the proper word for it, but definitely a more aggressive looking team in New Jersey than you saw in the Rangers, where the Rangers seemed almost like they wanted to play a finesse style hockey, where the Devils were, we'll grind you if we have to. We'll play against the boards all day. We'll check, we'll hit, we'll try to win faceoffs, and sooner or later we'll score a goal. The Rangers didn't have that same athleticism that you saw out of the LA Kings, where the Devils weren't able to body them like they were the Rangers. But, okay, so Jeremy believes that the Rangers need a locker room leader, a Mark Messier of sorts, which, let's be honest, I don't know if there'll ever be a Mark. Yeah, I don't know if there'll ever be a Mark Messier again, just sort of like you'll say there'll never really be a Wayne Gretzky again, so on and so forth. Messier set his own little standard for what hockey is for him and how to play the game. But I know what you're saying, Jeremy, and like Joey said, though, every locker room needs that. Every locker room needs that guy,
that leadership,
that presence that steps into the room and sort of can grab everybody's attention and say, follow me this way. I'm going to lead you to the gates of hell, get you through it, and we're going to come out on top.